during the premiere of the video, How to Treat Yourself with Love, right? It was a message to all Black women. During the actual premiere of the video, I love her. She's amazing. She's an amazing supporter who has bought me coffees and just a sweet person. And she made this comment about being a strong Black woman. That was one of her pain points. And it's my pain point, right? She's amazing, and I love her. So supportive and so sweet, like so many of you, right? And so I was like, I want to do this video for her. I want to do this video about being a strong Black woman. And for me, the reference that I kept getting and kept coming to mind was Karen White's song, I'm Not Your Superwoman, right? It just kept coming up back to back. And so I had watched a little while after the premiere of the video, and I had said, I want to do this. I want to do this video about being a strong Black woman. And I watched this video by Alicia Renice, which I'll link below, and she was essentially saying, I'm tired of being a strong Black woman. So this is my dear Black woman, right? To myself and to anybody who's going through this whole thing of being a strong, feeling like you have to be a strong Black woman, feeling like you got to be a superwoman, tired and fed up. You know, I'm tired of being a strong Black woman. You're tired and fed up of being a strong Black woman, of having to carry the weight of that. This video is for you. In the meantime, of course, because so much was going on with me, I've been working on this video since April the 5th. I actually got sick right after this. I tried to tape this video a couple of times and it was dark and I just could not get the footage to work. And then after that, I wrote the whole script, everything. And then I got sick, ended up going to the hospital and to the doctor, had an asthma attack, allergy, sinuses, all that stuff. And then today I sat down to film this video and my computer wouldn't work. I tried to film this the other day and my camera wouldn't. I couldn't. It was just the light wouldn't work. It's just gone. Okay, it's just stuff. And so today I'm sitting down to film this. We were gonna film this video. Okay. I feel like stuff is just in the ether and it's really amazing. But Stephanie Perry did a video about being a superwoman. Now I haven't watched Stephanie Perry's video, but I'm gonna leave it linked below. And I thought, wow, we're all on the same sort of wavelength. And I gave up being a strong Black woman years ago. Now I do pick up my cape from time to time, but I really gave up the idea of being a strong Black woman and having to live up to that long time ago, because it is very toxic. And I'm a very sensitive person. I'm a loving, kind, supportive, sensitive person. I just am. And that's not going to change. And I, for so long, tried to be strong. If you say something to me, I'm going to go off. You bring it, I'm going to bring it too. Okay? For so long, I lived that way. And it was just not me. It was tiring, trying to be something that I was not. My daughter and son have joked and said, sometimes I need to bring that person back. She ain't coming back. We retired her. Yeah. And we let the cape go. But maybe people are still struggling with that. And I do still struggle with that. I still have to struggle with it. I mean, really seriously. Because I was taught to be strong, and the fact that I was an introvert and that I was quiet, I loved books and I loved to read, and also just the fact, that I was an empath, that I picked up on other people's energy. My daughter bought me these earrings from Jamaica, by the way. Really being sensitive growing up was not what people wanted to see in a black woman or a black girl, black child. And so I got, really horribly teased and talked about a lot, even by adults, other black women. Girl, she ain't gonna make it. She too sensitive. You're gonna have to be strong. You got to make it in this world. And I thought, well, I ain't gonna make it in this world because I'm not strong. And it hurts my chest. It just hurts my chest and my heart almost to talk about it, because we just have this inability to allow ourselves to just love ourselves, right? And take care of ourselves just as we are, right? And you cannot have self-care and love yourself the way that you need to love yourself by trying to wear somebody else's cape, by trying to be somebody else that you're not. In my community, in my family, we're strong and are strong. The black women in my church are strong where I grew up. The black women in my community are strong and still strong. Every time I think of strong black women, I think of Miss Celia in The Color Purple. And Mr. and Mr's daddy, who I call Pappy. Did he have a name? If he had a name, we're just gonna call him Pappy anyway. Don't matter. Nope, I ain't. Whatever it is, I ain't gonna call him. Celie had to be strong. All the stuff that she went through. She had to be strong. And the moment when she spit in his cup, because she took and she took and she took and she took, right? Because she was strong, black woman. Celie sang about it in The Color Purple. She sang about it and sang about her pain. And when she was singing the song, God is Trying to Tell You Something, which still to this day breaks me down, y'all. When she was singing that song and she was, hearing the song being sung, I guess we're assuming by her daughter, right? And this amazing scene. And she walks across from the juke joint and she walks across over to the church and she tells her daddy, I's married now. And in true fashion, her dad turns his back and walks away. Because black folks don't talk about their pain. Black folks don't talk about their mess out loud. Black folks don't talk about their pain. We don't share our stories in public. It is not for public consumption. We don't do that. Did I make up consumption or is that a real word? But anyway, we don't do that. All our secrets, you gonna take them to the grave. They gonna bury your secrets with you. Because what you're not gonna do is embarrass folks in public. That's what you're not gonna do. And it's always a gatekeeper. It's always a gatekeeper or an usher somewhere telling you, hush, be quiet, right? And somebody telling you, because I got told this 100,000 times, you're not going to drop them tears. You're not fixing to cry. Drop them tears. If they weren't saying that, they were saying, hush. You better hush before I give you something to cry about. Come on, y'all. Come on. Say it loud with me. Y'all better be quiet. You better hush before I give you something to cry about. Because you got to be strong. Dry them tears up. It's not running out. Don't for tears after, right? Just got your something whooped, right? With a fly swatter or popped in the back of the mouth, with your hand flopped or the flip flops or the whatever they had on hand at the time. Because you had to be strong, and they were trying to tell you and teach you. Let me beat them at home because let me teach you now because. The world ain't gonna beat you, so they toughened you up and made you strong and told you all the things. You better beat them up. If somebody was messing with you at school, you better beat them up now, because if you don't beat them, then I'm gonna go to that schoolhouse and you don't come back and I'm gonna beat you. I mean, it's just all this toxicity that we got going on. Keeping secrets, not being able to share your pain, not being able to cry, not being able to tell your truth. All of that. And by the way, before I go any further, go ahead. By now, if you stick around to this long, go ahead and like and comment and subscribe, and hit the notification bell, because you know you in now, right? You part of the family. You in. I am Synolve, right? I'm the author of Love the New Currency. This is my book. Let me go ahead and share it with y'all. Okay, you can pick it up on Amazon. I'll leave a link below. I do lots of things, including create content here about self-care and self-love on YouTube, but also on Facebook. You got to check out my reels, honey, because it's hilarious. And I provide a lot of inspirational, motivational daily content over on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. But you can also catch me on LinkedIn and Twitter. And I have a podcast as well. And I'm developing a blog. I also have a new product that's coming up that I'm excited about, that is going to be exclusively for creators. All right. So stay tuned for that. Here is, the thing, right? Share your story. Share below. Are you tired of being a strong Black woman? Are you ready to let go of the cape? Are you ready to let go of being this superwoman who has to do it all? If you are tired, like Karen White sang in her song, look, Karen and I already told y'all, I grew up singing this song, y'all, dancing in the club to the song. Look, I'm just saying, back in the day, y'all, back in the day. If you're tired like Karen White, then I already told y'all, like Karen White said, I'm not your superwoman. I'm not your superwoman. I am not the kind of woman that you can let down and think everything's okay, child. I am only human. This girl needs more than occasional hugs. I need this tea. I need y'all to go on and like this tea and some comments and shares. Go on, put your comments below. Look, I'm just saying, go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell. But look, if you're tired, tell me that you're tired below. If you're tired of being a superwoman, you're just tired of carrying this baggage and this load. It's too hard. It's too much for you to carry. If the strong woman is too much for you, like it's too much for me, it's okay to let it go, right? It's okay to let it go. In Deconstructing the Strong Black Woman Stereotype, psychotherapist Marcy Gray provides this amazing historical and social context for Black mental wellness. And she says, we know it's a stereotype, yet we all try to live up to it. We all know, right? The psychotherapist Marcy Gray said, we all know it's a stereotype, but yet we all try to live up to it. We all try to live up to it. When a coworker gets a raise, or when our parent favors one child over another and has done it for years, but we're the ones who do all the work. We're the ones who buy all the groceries. We're the ones who do all the things, right? Run all the errands, pay all the bills, but we never get the credit. We are always skipped over. Whatever your case may be. Maybe you were the child that was given away, like I was, right? You were the child that was given away to grandparents or to someone else to be raised, or to an auntie or someone else, or you were the person that did all the things, still does all the things, but you don't get the credit. It's this toxic system, right? You don't get it. Maybe at work, you're the employee that does all the things. You are there first, you're the last one to leave. You excuse me, you got working for a foul boss, and you're the one who's doing all the work. You can barely even go to lunch without someone saying something about it. You go to lunch, you eat at your desk, right? And then people come talk, and then come and talking to you, asking you this. You can't even, you leave the office, they're calling you, texting you. If you're the one who's always, people are always taking credit for your brilliance. You're the one at work, right? Who comes up with all the great ideas, who's doing all the different things, the problem solving, the fixing, but you never get the credit. because you're a strong black woman, and you never say anything. Never ask for the raise, right? When you ask for the raise, it's like, no, well, we're not going to do it this year. But then Susie goes, gets everything. Karen is the, okay. Your brilliance isn't celebrated. You're not celebrated. At church, they run you, work you down, right? You're the usher, you're the choir director, you're the Bible reader, you're the Bible study teacher, you're the vacation Bible, VBS, you do it all. You cook the meals, you plan the events, the women's days, y'all know. You're strong, right? In your family, you had to be strong because you went through a lot, right? You may have been abused or even molested in some way, but you got to be silent because you know what? Hush up now. You got to be strong. If that's you, because I feel you, I know this story. I know this. I've had my own abuses as a child in my own life, so I know. If that's you, I just want to let you know that it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to not be strong anymore and to lay your burdens down, to lay that cape down, to lay it all down. That's a part of self-care. This laying the cape down, taking that cape off, taking off this badge of honor that we've worn, that we are a strong black woman who can do anything and face anything. It's okay to let her go and to let that part of you die. It's okay. I said this before in other videos. I was the strong black woman in my marriage for a long time. I did a lot of things. My husband is phenomenal, exceptional, loving, and kind. But I did a lot of things, right? Because I had to be the strong black. I had to do it all. And there were times when I had to ask for help. I just had to ask for help. After I had my second child, I just couldn't do it all. And it was hard for hubby to get time off work. It was difficult. And he had to take some time off, but it was at a cost. And we ended up starting a business. I think we had already started this business. It was hard. I mean, it was difficult, but I needed some help, right? I needed some time. And I had menopause. I had postpartum after my first child. So there was another time I had to ask for help. I had to ask for help. And sometimes we just don't ask for the help that we need. And then when I went through menopause, it was another time I had to ask for help again. I was doing it all. I was doing all the washing the dishes. I was doing all the cooking and doing all the things. When I stopped cooking, y'all, I realized and learned hubby could cook and cook well. I mean, he learned over time, and we learned and did a lot of things together. And then he is a superior cook, chef. I mean, he's now cooking, and people actually pay him to come teach cooking. I mean, he's good. He is good. I always tell him he need to be having a cooking channel. But I had to ask for help. So that's one, is to ask for help. The first, thing before we get to asking for help is just to really decide that I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm not going to be the strong black woman anymore. I'm not going to allow this to risk my self-care and taking care of myself and loving myself. I'm not going to do that anymore to myself. So I'm going to let that go. So one, okay, is to release it and let it go. Just let it go. Let the cape go. Let the strong black woman badge, which we all have worn, some of us still wear, the hat, the cape, the goggles, the tights that don't fit, never fit, the ugly boots. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Release it and let it go. That's one. And then two is to ask for help. And that help may come through asking other people to help. It may be that you need help letting it go. So you may have to talk to a therapist or someone else, right? You have to talk to a spouse to work through this, or a girlfriend. You can talk to me, right? Just email me at synolve@gmail.com. Can I say my own email? synolve@gmail.com. I'll put it below. Email me. Let's set up a time to have a consultation and let's work through some of these things. Letting this go. Right? You can do it. Releasing it and letting it go. And 3 is to really begin to develop new skills, right? New skills where you are reacting, learning new reactions to how you react. You're allowing other people, right, to help you. Allowing other people, because it's one thing to ask for help. It's another thing to allow people to actually help you. I'm preaching now. Come on, somebody. I know. Allowing someone to really help you, right? Allowing them to do it. Allowing you to be, because and not feeling bad because you're getting the assistance. Now, I used to feel so bad. Oh my gosh. If my husband had to clean up the shower or sweep or pick up something or wash clothes because I was going through menopause. I was out for 6 weeks because I had a partial hysterectomy. Oh my goodness. Like the shame and the, wow, he's got to do this. I felt so bad, like the mental. And it was hard for me to allow. I'd be getting up sick and not supposed to move and be trying to do stuff. And it's like, well, I mean, you gonna ask me to help and then you ain't gonna let me help, see? So it's beyond just asking for it. Now you gotta let somebody actually do it. You gotta allow it, right? You gotta allow it. And then 4 is just to be okay with it. Really, really be okay with it. And give yourself the room and the space to be okay with not being okay. I hope these tips help. I really do. I hope these tips help. I'm actually going to, we talked about it from the self-care end, because if you're doing everything, trying to do everything, be super woman, that's not good self-care. You're not really taking care of yourself because you're running on an empty cup. And you cannot overflow and love yourself and love other people properly and really have good self-care if you're not really first loving yourself and taking care of you. And when you live in a false sense of self, you can't truly be who you really, really are. We really need to be who we are. That's what we really have to learn how to be, because when you learn how to be who you are,